What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Adventure with Roger. Thank you for tuning in today. I got some more Earth 2 information for you. Today's a little bit of a smoking gun, and I'm going to be as unbiased as I possibly can. Before we get started with today's video, please hit that subscribe button for me. I come up with gaming videos and gaming information several times per week. I look forward to your comments, and please give me a thumb up on the video. I really appreciate your time. Let's jump right into it, shall we? What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to tell you a story about me in probably the early 2000s, somewhere between 2001 and 2004. This guy walks into my store. I was an assistant manager at a clothing store. I was wearing a suit. I had a tie on. This guy walks in to my store, and he looks at me and he buys something, and he says, "Hey, have you ever thought about going into business for yourself and being your own boss and working whatever hours you want to work?" And he just gave me this long spiel, and it sounded amazing because he's a salesman and he made it sound amazing. He tells me, "I really like your presentation. You're dressed nice. You seem like a nice guy. I can use you, and I want you to work for me." Well, at the time, I had no idea who this individual was, but he complimented the shit out of me and told me a bunch of stuff that I wanted to hear. He handed me his business card, and I gave him my phone number, and he called me a couple days later. Turns out that he wanted me to become a financial advisor, and all I had to do was go out and tell everyone I know and other people that I meet, it didn't matter where it was, about this new software that they had that could help everyone. Everyone in the world was going to want this software. It was going to revolutionize the way people pay their bills, and it was just all up and up, and everybody wanted to have this. All I had to do to get in was give them $3,500, and they would give me all the training I ever needed to become a millionaire. And all I had to do was go home and basically get everyone I know signed up on this software that they were selling, and it was just going to help them be able to pay their mortgage off and pay all their credit card debt away in a matter of months versus years. This, my friends, was the first time in my life I was ever introduced into a pyramid slash Ponzi scheme. Thank goodness I didn't give him my $3,500, but I did give him a $300 deposit. And they proceeded to tell me, "You know what, don't worry about it, man. You're going to make this back. The first time you sign up the first person, you're going to make this back." Of course, guys, this was just all a big hoax. And the reason why I'm telling you about it now is because I want to try and have as many people avoid this situation as possible. Not only did I hurt myself financially, but I hurt a bunch of people that were really close to me because I tried to sell them on this bullshit idea. And the only thing the whole thing was about was making the people on top of the pyramid money and making a complete idiot out of myself in the process. Why bring this up? Why am I telling this story now? Well, let's look at this graph that I have right here, shall we? This little graph tells a little story in itself. Let's say a friend of yours, or maybe a YouTuber you like, maybe it's a Facebook personality, or some kind of an investor comes up to you. Maybe you hear about it through Twitter, maybe whatever social networking platform you like to use. They come up to you and say, "Hey man, did you hear about this new MMORPG? I know you're a gamer. You gotta check this out, man. It's freaking incredible." You say, Whoa, what's going on, man? What's going on? I try to keep up on these things. Well, these guys are making an MMORPG like The Matrix or Ready Player One, where it's a virtual world, and what you do is you deposit some money and you buy these tiles on this grid, and the MMO is going to be amazing. It's the whole planet Earth, and you got to go check it out. Here's the website. And if you decide to buy something, here's my 5% off code. Now they tell you, you look like a smart guy. Do you like money? Of course you like money. There's guys on there right now making 600% returns in just a week or two. It's going to be the next big MMORPG, like The Matrix or Ready Player One is what they're going for. It's going to be huge. All you got to do is buy some tiles and sell them to other people. By the way, here's my 5% off code, right? Okay, so you buy in, you do it. You spend your money, you buy your tiles, you tell your friends, and you give them your 5% off code, and then your friends, you know what? They go buy some tiles. Your job's done right there, guys. At this point, the company that you bought those tiles from, they don't know you. For all they care, they really do hope that you tell hundreds more people, but just on the flip side of that, they hope they never see you again. You're doing all their promoting for them, guys. You're getting new people into this. And the more people that they get into it and the more tiles they buy, the more that money trickles back up to the top so that they can pay the people that are cashing out. And the people that are cashing out are the smart ones, because they're getting their money out as fast as possible. As long as new investors keep coming in, they can afford to do payouts to individuals who are cashing out. The truth eventually comes out when the hype of the project eventually starts to trickle down, doesn't it? When that huge sum up on top stops getting the flow of the new people, right? And then the money starts to trickle down. It starts to trickle down because the people at the top of the pyramid don't see what they saw before. And so they start cashing out, and that top 20% cashes out and gets the remaining sum of that large invest of money. And the 80% that's all below them, you know what happens to them? They're stuck with a bunch of thin air. Some tiles that they bought on the internet that don't actually amount to anything, that aren't actually tangible. Why am I saying this, guys? Because let's face it, Earth 2, it's not an MMORPG. It's not a game. Is it in development? Possibly. Right now, I want to change gears just a little bit. I want to go to an individual that made a YouTube post who is self-proclaimed one of the biggest investors and has one of the biggest portfolios right now on Earth 2. And I want to talk a little bit about what this guy had to say in one of his latest YouTube videos.
What's up, guys? It's Steve here. I'm one of the leading portfolios in Earth 2, and I scrub and I scour the internet for Earth 2 news and any metaverse company in general. So if you're new to this channel and you're new viewers coming from the larger channels, let me give you some more up-to-date, accurate information from a guy who actually been with the company for 6 months now. Like, I don't work for the company, but I follow them very deeply, and I have a portfolio of over $600,000 worth of tiles, and I put over $50,000 into this game.
So there you go, guys. One of the self-proclaimed biggest investors has one of the biggest portfolios in Earth 2, and we are supposed to listen to his input because he knows what he's talking about, according to him.
Like I said, I put 50 grand into Earth 2, but that's not my real out-of-pocket investment that I put into this. I've only put $4,500 of my own money into Earth 2. The rest of it, which added to 50 grand, which was selling tiles and then reinvesting it back into Earth 2. And land income tax, or LIT, which is you get paid just for having land in that country. So if you buy land and somebody buy land after you or something, you get a portion of that as like land income tax. So if nobody buys, then you don't get any money. But people are always like injecting more money into this, so you're constantly getting this like passive income.
So hold on just a second right there, guys. Let's just back it on up. Let's just back it on up a little bit and see what he said. I want to make sure I heard this correctly.
So if nobody buys, then you don't get any money. So if nobody buys, then you don't get any money. So if nobody buys, then you don't get any money.
So he just said that if people don't buy, or if individuals stop investing, that you won't get any of this land tax. And I hate to break it to you guys, but when people stop investing in this, when they realize, oops, I just spent money on something that is never going to be The Matrix or Ready Player One, what do you think is going to happen?
So if you want to jump into this, if you're new and you're not in Earth 2 already, just use this code right here. Towards the end of the checkout, when you're highlighting tiles and you want to buy, just put that code in there and then you get 5% off kickback to your account instantly.
Alright, friends and fellow gamers, this is my favorite part. This is when he tries to explain to the gamer community about what an MMORPG actually is. This is the guy that we're supposed to take his word for it, that Earth 2 is not a scam.
And that's just simply not true. Look at Wolfgang Wach or Dylan So. Their backgrounds are absolutely like mind-blowing. Dylan So was the founder of Oculus from Korea, the Korea team.
Really? That's really interesting. The founder of Oculus. Interesting. All I did was Google who founded Oculus VR. Oculus VR / founders. Palmer Luckey and Michael Antonov. Very interesting.
And the Oculus was sold to Facebook for $2 billion. That's billions with a B. These channels are calling it like a Ponzi scheme. No, it's not a Ponzi scheme. It's just an MMO that's starting. It's the initial like land rush. Of course you're gonna think it's a Ponzi scheme if you go into it straight negative right off the bat. Like if you go into school saying I'm gonna fail, well obviously you're gonna fail. No, this is just an MMO that's starting, like a huge one, obviously. If you don't know what an MMO is, it stands for Mass Media Online Role-Playing Game, MMORPG. For example, World of Warcraft is the most successful MMO to date, with like millions of people who play that game.
You know, guys, when he Googled just now what World of Warcraft was for the very first time in his life, I'm surprised that he didn't also Google, who's the founder of Oculus? Oh, and maybe he should have Googled what an actual MMORPG is while he was at it. Alright, friends and fellow gamers, I just want to make it perfectly clear. I am not calling Earth 2 a scam, and I am not saying that Earth 2 is legitimate. But what I am saying is that if you go into my comments on this video and type in, I did it, and tell one of your relatives about my YouTube channel and how I have all kinds of gaming content, I will send you a picture of this Magic the Gathering card, Force of Negation. It's foil, and currently right now on the internet it's worth $300, and they have 0 quantity on Star City. So remember, if you go into my YouTube channel in my video and type, I did it, I will send one lucky person a picture through an email, if that's how they choose to have it, of this foil card. Not the actual card, but a picture of the card. And in order to be able to send you this picture, I'm going to need the following: copy of your photo ID, your bank account with routing number, an active credit card with the 3-digit code, your firstborn child, everyone in your family's social security numbers, and a copy of your retina scan. What a deal. Alright, friends and fellow gamers. That's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment. My name's Roger, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Take care of yourself, everyone.